What is going on, guys? Skinny Bone Jones 16 here, and we have the Raw results / highlights and review video for the 20th of January 2014. The highlights: Batista returned, Bryan speaks out, and Cena confronts Orton. Let's get started. The Authority came out and Triple H cut a Royal Rumble promo and tries to introduce Batista, but Randy Orton cuts them off and storms to the ring. Orton asks who they think they are. Stephanie says they're on the road to WrestleMania and they just announced the WWE Network, which is huge. She says people are watching them more than ever, but they saw Orton attack John Cena's dad after he lost his match to Kofi Kingston. Stephanie says he attacked a helpless man, but Orton calls us all ridiculous and says he should be treated with respect as the face of WWE. Orton asks how he's supposed to react when they just bring back Batista and Brock Lesnar, so Triple H tells him to relax and listen to what he expects of him. Triple H keeps talking and says both Batista and Brock are gunning for him, so he should rise up and win, and he's going to face Kofi again tonight. Triple H says they put a camera backstage so everyone knows when Cena arrives, and he tells Orton he will make things right and do it alone. Batista's music cuts him off and the animal makes his way to the ring, with Orton looking none too pleased, but Triple H and Stephanie clap. Batista hugs him and ignores a handshake by Orton. Then they leave as Batista says he wants to explain something to Orton now. He says he's back for the title and it doesn't matter who is holding it because he is winning the Royal Rumble, headlining WrestleMania, and he needs to deal with that. The opening contest was Big E, Langston, and the Brotherhood against The Shield. Goldust started off by hitting Rollins a few times, hit an atomic drop for 2. Cody tagged in, hit an elbow off the top before he connects with a long delay vertical suplex for 2. Then another tag with Goldust and assists him with a double elbow smash. Then Rollins elbows Cody in the corner and sweeps his legs. Rollins whips him, but Cody gets him with the leapfrog sunset flip. Then he goes for a disaster kick, but Rollins ducks outside to catch his breath. Cody dives on him on the floor as we go to a break. Then we get back to see Cody hit Reigns with the disaster kick before making a tag. Langston hits a belly-to-belly and clotheslines Reigns outside. Then he clotheslines Ambrose and goes for a big ending. Rollins tries to save him, but Goldust cuts him off. Then Langston catches Ambrose off the turnbuckles and slams him down on the mat. He splashes Ambrose for 2, but Reigns breaks it up. Then Reigns hits Goldust with the spear before the ring clears, and Rollins kicks Langston in the head for the win. So your winners are The Shield. Bryan comes out next and says people have been asking him all week if he had a plan, and he thinks they know the answer to that already. He says he had to take down Bray Wyatt physically and mentally, and he kept everyone in the dark because it's what was necessary to take Bray down. Bryan says he doesn't follow anyone, and he became the buzzard, so he exposed Bray for what he is, and he'll do the same on Sunday. So it was confirmed that we will see Bray Wyatt versus Bryan at the Royal Rumble. Bryan says he was just told that Harper and Rowan will be entered into the Royal Rumble match, so he will get Bray in a singles match and starts a yes chant. Bray cuts him off and says Bryan's a traitor, and he exposed himself as a coward who will go back to the fans. Bray laughs and says Bryan should go home and hug his mother and tell her he is sorry because everything that happens now is his fault. The next match was Fandago versus Xavier Woods. Woods Hurricane Rana's Fandago into the corner, headbutts him and hits a discus punch before he connects with a dropkick out of the corner. Fandago avoids a dive and comes back with a suplex, then he goes up top and hits a leg drop for the win. So your winner's Fandago. That was a really quick matchup. Then we go backstage and we see Brad Maddox and Kane arguing over who brought Batista back. Stephanie McMahon comes in and asks Maddox to excuse them. She asks Kane what he was thinking when he attacked CM Punk on SmackDown and says he's an authority figure and can't attack anyone. She tells Kane that he needs to go out and personally apologize to CM Punk. And then Kane comes out and says Punk owes him an apology, not him. But Stephanie glares at him and Kane goes off to find him. Kane enters the arena and calls Punk to the ring and he apologizes to him, but Punk makes him repeat it before hitting him in the face with a microphone. Punk knocks Kane out of the ring and Maddox runs out and asks him to stop. Then he says Punk will get the fight he wants with one of the New Age Outlaws. And that New Age Outlaw that is chosen is Billy Gunn. So Punk starts off by hitting Billy in the corner and rams him with his shoulder. Then they head outside and Punk yells at Road Dogg, but Billy hits Punk from behind. We get back from a break to see Punk fight out of a headlock. Then he knocks Billy back outside. Then he runs to the other side of the ring and attacks Road Dogg. Punk screams that he deserves it, then he rolls back in and hits a neckbreaker for 2 before mocking Billy with a crotch chop and a corner clothesline. Punk hits Road Dogg on the apron and runs into a power slam by Billy. Then Billy Gunn goes for a corner splash, but Punk avoids it. Billy hits his head on the ring post, and then Punk sets up for a top rope elbow, but Road Dogg pulls him outside, so Punk takes Road Dogg out with a suicide dive. Billy hits Punk from behind and sets up a famouser, but Punk counters with the go to sleep for the win. Brad Maddox and Kane come back out and congratulate Punk on the victory, and Kane says he really is the best in the world and can prove it when CM Punk is the first entrant in the Royal Rumble match. The next match was Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. Alberto hit a shoulder block and taunted Rey, went for a leg lariat, but Rey sidesteps him and kicks him in the head before hitting a moonsault on the floor. Rey hits some mounted punches and whips Alberto, but Alberto reverses it, hanging Rey in the ropes and kicking him in the chest. Alberto hits a backbreaker for 2, then he kicks Rey in the corner and throws him outside as we go to a break. We get back to see Alberto put Rey in Tree of Woe position as he tries to tear Rey's mask off. Then Rey gets free, so Alberto slams him into the apron and wraps him around the ring post. Alberto Del Rio rolls him back in the ring and tries to tackle him in the corner, but Rey avoids and Alberto hits the ring post. Rey follows with the top rope shoulder tackle, sets up for the 619. Del Rio catches, slingshots him into the corner, following with the thrust kick for a near fall. Del Rio sets up for an electric chair drop, but Rey Hurricane Rana's into the ropes, hits a 619 and a top rope splash, but Del Rio is able to grab the bottom rope to break the pin. Rey heads up to the middle rope. Alberto Del Rio catches him, flapjacks him on the mat, and immediately follows with a cross arm breaker that gets Rey to tap out. Alberto's celebration is short-lived, however, as Batista makes his way out, and Alberto talks trash and tries to hit him, but Batista takes him out with a spinebuster and a Batistabomb before he leaves. Big Show comes out and mocks Paul Heyman, then he says Brock Lesnar is a very tough competitor, so he doesn't want to waste any more time. He calls for Brock, and he comes out with Heyman and walks right to the ropes before turning and leaving. Show calls for him to come back out and get in his face, and Brock makes his way back out, tries to take Show down, but Show throws him in the corner. He hits him a few times before Brock gets back up, runs at him again, but Show throws him over the ropes towards the commentary table. Brock flips out and takes apart the commentary table, then he slams some chairs down before he tries to run at Show again. Show cuts him off, so Brock threw a television monitor at him, then Heyman eventually calms him down and tells him to leave. The next match was a Divas match. It was the Divas champion AJ Lee and Tamina Snuka versus Cameron and Naomi, the Funkadactyls. Tamina started off by body slamming Cameron and throwing her in the corner. Then AJ hit a neckbreaker for a 2 count before she applied a headlock. Cameron breaks free and makes the tag. Then Naomi hits a clothesline and a dropkick before Tamina hits her with a big boot and tags back out. AJ skips around and tries to pick Naomi up, but Naomi pulls her by the hair and rolls her up in a small package for the win. The winner are the Funkadactyls, and this could possibly be setting up for a match at the Royal Rumble for the Divas Championship between AJ Lee and Naomi. The next match was the Usos versus the Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Rowan stomps Jimmy near the ropes and throws him on the floor, then Harper tries to hit him near the ring post, but Jimmy ducks and chops him. Jay gets the tag, tackles him from the apron, hits him a few times as they re-enter the ring and trade punches. Harper runs at Jay, gets tripped into the ropes, then Jimmy dives off the ropes, but Rowan runs in and tackles him before the ref pulls him away. Harper kicks Jimmy for a near fall. He breaks free and tries to head up top, but Harper throws him into the barricade as we go to a break. We get back to see Harper splash Jimmy on the ropes. Bray gets up and asks if this is what the crowd is here to see. Bray continues saying that this is the punishment that awaits Daniel Bryan, then he laughs as Harper applies a side headlock, but Jimmy breaks free and kicks him in the face. Jimmy hits a corkscrew senton and makes the tag, then Jay connects with some forearm shots and some uppercuts before he takes Harper down with a Samoan drop. He splashes him in the corner, super kicks Rowan off the apron, hits a suicide dive to take Rowan out, but Harper forearms Jay in the face. Harper gets in, slams him on the mat, then Bray screams at him to finish it, but Daniel Bryan runs out and hits Bray from behind. He hits him a few times and kicks Rowan in the face, then Harper turns around to see what's going on, and Jay rolls him up for the surprise win. Then we get to the main event time. It was Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Orton kicks Kofi in the corner and goes for a quick pin, then he throws him outside and slams him into the commentary table before stomping him. Orton mocks John Cena's "You Can't See Me" taunt, then he suplexes Kofi and sets up a Hangman's DDT before Kofi counters with the SOS for a 2. Orton punches him in the corner as we see John Cena arriving, and Cena runs into the arena as Kofi grabs Orton's leg to hold him in place. Orton tries to run, but Cena gets a hold of him and throws him into the ring post. Then Cena throws him over the barricade and they slug it out in the crowd. Cena lifts him for an attitude adjustment on the stairs, but Orton elbows him and runs up the stairs. Cena catches him and hits him a few times, and they fight into a luxury box before Orton throws a fan into him and runs outside, jumping into someone's car to get away. And then that is the conclusion of Monday Night Raw for January 20th, 2014. I thought it was a pretty decent episode of Raw with Batista's return. Not exactly how I wanted to see him return in the beginning, But it is what it is. Bryan spoke out. I mean, he didn't really need to tell us why he was with the Wyatt family, which is what he did. And then Cena came back with his new gear. It's a new t-shirt. You can go buy it on www.shop.com and Confronts Orton. Hit the like button down below for more reviews. I really enjoy doing reviews of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and so on and so forth. And we'll see you guys later. Subscribe for more. Peace.